Did you know that the gigantic whales that now dominate the oceans began their journey as small terrestrial mammals, the size of a dog? This transformation took 50 million years and reveals a story of adaptation and resilience that challenges our imagination. Get ready to dive into the most incredible evolutionary journey in the history of the planet. Baleen are the largest animals to have ever existed on Earth. Yet few people know that their story began on solid ground. About 50 million years ago, the ancestors of whales walked on four legs, exploring rivers and lakes. What drove them to abandon the terrestrial environment to conquer the oceans is a story of fascinating adaptations and survival. The first clues of this journey were discovered in the form of fossils, such as Pakicetus, found in the Indian subcontinent. These creatures, which resembled small aquatic wolves, marked the starting point of this transformation. As we move forward in time, we encounter other intermediaries, such as Ambulocetus and Basilosaurus, each representing a critical step in this evolution. These discoveries not only tell us how whales evolved, but also reveal how nature responds to environmental pressures. In this journey, we will explore not only the physical changes of these creatures, but also the ecological challenges that shape their existence. And by the end of this video, you will understand how whales became the true giants of the seas. About 50 million years ago, a small mammal called Pakicetus inhabited the shores of rivers and lakes in regions that today belong to Pakistan. With a size and appearance similar to that of a dog, it had sharp teeth ideal for catching fish and small aquatic animals. Despite being primarily terrestrial, Pakicetus already displayed traits of adaptation to aquatic life, such as the ability to hear underwater sounds, an unusual skill for a mammal of its time. The discovery of fossils of this species in areas rich in bodies of water suggests that Pakicetus took full advantage of its environment. It was an opportunistic predator, moving between land and water to secure food. This ability to transition between ecosystems gave it an advantage, allowing it to survive in a world where climate and habitats were constantly changing. Its varied diet and early adaptations made it an evolutionary pioneer. Over time, global climate changes drastically altered ecosystems, forcing Pakicetus and its descendants to explore new territories. The pressure for resources and shelter encouraged the species to adapt further to aquatic environments. These initial attempts at transitioning between habitats marked the beginning of an extraordinary evolution that would transform Pakicetus into a biological legend. Although modest in size and abilities, Pakicetus represents a crucial milestone in the evolutionary history of whales. It symbolizes the first step in a journey that would culminate in the ocean giants we know today. Its early adaptation is a testament to how small changes can trigger monumental transformations. Evolution was just beginning and had many fascinating chapters yet to unfold. Ambulocetus, often referred to as the walking whale, represents a fascinating milestone in the evolution of whales. Measuring about 3 meters in length and with a body resembling that of a crocodile, this creature could walk on land and swim efficiently. Its sturdy legs ensured versatile locomotion, while its long tail contributed to balance and maneuverability in the water. It was essentially a dweller of two worlds, exploring terrestrial and aquatic environments with equal skill. Among its most impressive adaptations was the development of powerful hind limbs, ideal for propelling it through water. This efficient swimming ability was complemented by an enhanced auditory system, which allowed Ambulocetus to detect underwater sounds with precision. This ability not only aided in hunting, but was also essential for its survival in an increasingly competitive environment. This combination of unique traits solidified its position as a vital link in the evolution of cetaceans. As an adaptable predator, Pakicetus exploited ecological niches that few animals could access. It fed on both terrestrial and aquatic prey, demonstrating a flexibility that was fundamental to the success of its species. This varied diet is clear evidence of how environmental pressures shaped its behavior and biology. Survival during this period required not only physical skills, but also adaptive strategies, further emphasizing the importance of this animal in the evolutionary history of whales. Pakicetus is a living example of how evolution responds to the demands imposed by the environment. Its innovative characteristics were crucial for the transition of cetaceans from terrestrial habitats to an aquatic existence. It paved the way for even more sophisticated adaptations in its descendants, bringing them closer to the forms we know today. However, this journey was far from over. Whales still had a long path ahead to become the giants of the oceans. The Pakicetus was a milestone in the evolution of cetaceans, being one of the first to fully adapt to marine life. Measuring up to 18 meters in length, it dominated the ancient oceans as a top predator, showcasing its supremacy in aquatic ecosystems. Despite its name, which means king of lizards, the Pakicetus was a mammal, not a reptile, standing out for its abilities and unique evolutionary structure. The fossils of this impressive creature reveal specific adaptations for the marine environment. Its hydrodynamic body allowed it to swim efficiently, while its powerful jaws ensured a diet composed of large prey. Curiously, it still had small hind limbs, a remnant of its terrestrial heritage. These appendages no longer served any practical purpose, but symbolized its evolutionary transition. One of the most intriguing characteristics of the Pakicetus was its undulating swimming pattern, similar to that of serpents. This ability not only provided greater agility, but was also vital for survival in a dynamic and ever-changing environment. This form of locomotion stood out among primitive cetaceans, marking a significant evolutionary advancement. The Pakicetus symbolizes the point of no return for cetaceans, solidifying their adaptation to the marine habitat. It represents the definitive abandonment of terrestrial life, an evolutionary decision that would shape future generations of whales. Its legacy remains in fossil records, offering an essential glimpse into how evolution shaped the modern giants of the seas. Global climate changes played a decisive role in the evolution of whales. During periods of ecological transition, the oceans expanded and became more abundant in marine life. This scenario created new opportunities for the ancestors of whales to explore niches previously occupied by large marine reptiles. With the extinction of competing predators, whales emerged as explorers of a vast and uncharted aquatic world. It was in this environment that their adaptations began to accelerate. One of the most significant transitions was the shift from freshwater to saltwater habitats. This change required numerous physical adaptations, such as the transformation of their bodies into more streamlined structures. Their hind limbs nearly disappeared, giving way to more powerful and efficient tail flukes. This evolution allowed whales to move with grace and speed, solidifying their supremacy in the oceans. Throughout this process, whales mastered the mechanics of their new habitat with elegance. Among the most impressive adaptations is the development of the echolocation system, present in dolphins and toothed whales. This unique ability allowed these cetaceans to see through sound, a true sensory revolution. The system not only helped them navigate dark environments, but also transformed the way they located prey and communicated. This evolutionary innovation further expanded the survival capabilities of these species. The evolutionary process that culminated in modern whales is a testament to the power of adaptation. By conquering challenging environments like deep and vast oceans, they demonstrated resilience and intelligence. Each small adaptation built a foundation for success in the marine ecosystem. Today, whales not only reign over the seas, but also inspire studies on the relationship between evolutionary adaptations and survival in the natural world. The modern whales, especially blue whales, represent the climax of an evolutionary journey that began millions of years ago, measuring up to 30 meters in length and weighing over 170 tons. They are not only the largest animals on Earth, but also living symbols of adaptability. These gigantic mammals are descendants of small terrestrial ancestors who, through generations, conquered the oceans and became masters of this habitat. The peak of these impressive adaptations occurred during the Ice Age, when the abundance of plankton revolutionized the diet of filter-feeding whales. Their enormous mouths, equipped with baleen plates, allowed them to ingest thousands of liters of water at a time, filtering the necessary food to sustain their colossal bodies. This feeding efficiency ensured their survival and expansion during a period of extreme climatic changes. Beyond their colossal size, whales have a profound impact on the ecological balance of the oceans. Their migrations influence entire food chains, and their movements help recycle essential nutrients, such as iron, which promote plankton growth. This makes whales fundamental agents of ocean health, connecting ecological cycles in ways we are only beginning to understand. Today, whales are not just a spectacle of survival, but also an inspiration to scientists and conservationists. They remind us that life is resilient and capable of overcoming even the most extreme challenges. Protecting these giants and the ecosystems they sustain is a commitment that reflects our responsibility to preserve the future of the planet and evolution itself. The story of whales is a testament to the power of evolution and the ability of life to adapt. Understanding their journey is not only fascinating, but also essential to protecting these giants and the oceans they inhabit. Now that you know their story, how about joining initiatives to ensure these titans continue to swim freely for generations to come?